first spoke to Todd back in December. That is when he dropped several bombshell allegations about what was actually happening, what he was seeing with his own eyes inside the prison, that the prison guards were starving inmates and serving expired food, sometimes years old, he said. It was disgusting. He claimed that there were rats and squirrels found in the food storage facility. Remember, this is a place not with violent criminals, but mostly people serving time for financial crimes. He said that there was a dead cat that once fell into food supplies from a moldy ceiling, all of which the Federal Bureau of Prisons, for the most part, flatly denied. Todd also alleged that prison guards were targeting him for his privileged status as a celebrity and that they were threatening to, quote, break him, which he claims in our latest interview is still going on. He says he was prevented from entering the prison chapel to pray, and the guards searched the chapel for contraband after learning he planned to talk with me again. Take a listen.
They had sent the priest out of here in the middle of his service, made him leave. And they've never found any contraband in there. This is the second time that they did it, and they did this one this morning because they got word that I was going to be doing another interview with NewsNation. So that was their way of trying to intimidate me. I just walked out and said, it ain't going to change what I'm going to say.
Do you think they're trying to send a message to you to stop speaking out?
Yes. When I tell you staff and inmates have come to me and said, we will endure whatever they put on us. Do not stop. Keep moving forward. You're the only voice we've ever had. When I tell you, Brian, and it's very important that you always know this, I have my low moments, but God refills me with the Holy Spirit, and I walk in faith. I do not walk in fear. When I came here the first night, I laid in that bed and I cried when those lights went out, because it was the first time I'd ever been away from Julia and my children. And I said, God, why did you forsake me? I have tried to be a humble, obedient servant. Why did you forsake me? And in my dream, God came to me and he said, I have placed you where I need you.
You heard him talk about how they're not letting him in the chapel. Apparently, they thought he was hiding some kind of cell phone in there to call me. That is not the case, but they have closed off the chapel to him, he says, which is where he had his job in the prison. Chrisley further said that after his first interviews with NewsNation, 2 medical staffers resigned, leaving prisoners literally on their own in case of an emergency. Listen to that.
You understand that we don't even have a doctor here anymore because he knows that they were falsifying medical records in that office. He has now resigned and left. And the dental hygienist has resigned and left. This is after the reports that y'all have put out. So now there's no dental hygienist, now there's no medical doctor, and I have a gentleman, an African-American elderly gentleman across from me. We call him Slim. He had a massive heart attack here 2 weeks ago, right across from me. I watched it. They allowed another inmate who is a doctor to treat him until the ambulance could get here to get him out of here. They rushed him to the hospital. He had a triple bypass surgery. He's now back in a wheelchair, and he had to urinate, but he couldn't. He sent someone up to medical to try to get a urinal for him like they give you in the hospital. They don't even have the supplies to take care of this man. They didn't even have a urinal to bring down here. They brought a mop bucket.
A mop bucket?
Yes.
Now, again, you might be thinking these are bad guys, these are prisoners. This is a low-security prison, mostly financial crimes. We reached out to the Federal Bureau of Prisons for comments on these allegations. They sent us an email, pretty vague. It says, humane treatment of the men and women in our custody is a top priority. We take seriously our duty to protect the individuals entrusted in our custody, as well as maintaining the safety of our employees and the community. And as for the chapel privilege, the prison says the FBOP provides individuals of all faith groups the opportunity to pursue their religious beliefs and practices. They did not specifically address the Chrisley allegations.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.